Tonight was actually a very funny night. The movie itself, and one more little thing. My mom sat next to this little girl, and this little girl would not shut up. My mom made me move because my mom almost freaked out on a little girl. And she was so annoying. Dumb and Dumber 2. This is a sequel that I don't think should have happened, but you know what? It did happen. It's from the director of the Farley brothers who did Me, Myself, and Irene, There's Something About Mary, and of course the original Dumb and Dumber. And now we're here 20 years later in the sequel, and our best stars come back, Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey as Harry and Lloyd. This time around, when Jim Carrey is all 20 years later and he has a big beard, Jeff Daniels comes to tell him, I need a new kidney. And so Jim Carrey shaves off that beard and they become great friends again. They reunite, they see some old faces, and if you see the movie you know what old face it is. And then they decide, Jeff Daniels has a kidney problem, and so he has to go across the state to go and see his daughter so she can give him a kidney. So they think. But there is way more to it that I won't spoil just in case you want to go see it. Now I know this review's a day late, but it's better than anything. Okay, so what do I think of this movie? First things first, if you don't like stupid comedy, you're going to hate this movie. This movie is a stupid comedy, and I say that in the most pleasantest way I can. First things first, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels, together they make magic comedy. They nailed their roles and they were hilarious throughout this whole film. They nailed their roles and I was laughing in some of the funniest parts by them personally. And the guy from Step Brothers and the crazy guy, he was with them a little bit and he was funny with them. I mean, Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey together throughout this whole entire movie is what makes this movie really freaking funny. And there was a few times, though, I'm not gonna lie, when the jokes fell flat. Really flat, honestly. There were some times in the movie where, like, I was in a packed theater tonight, and people didn't laugh on some of the jokes. Because they were either in the commercial or trailer, or because it just wasn't that funny. But there was a few moments throughout the whole entire movie, there would be a corruption in this theater of laughter. And yes, I was one of them. So overall, I liked the movie. I liked it. There were some funny parts throughout the whole entire movie, but that was the original movie. In my opinion, the first Dumb and Dumber has some funny moments throughout the whole entire movie, and it was really good comedy. Same thing here, just a little rusty because some of the jokes fell flat, some of the jokes were really forced, and who in the right mind said, let's put Honey Boo Boo's mom in this movie for literally 20 seconds? She has no right, in my opinion, to be standing next to Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey. She had no right. She should not be in this movie. That was just a little nitpicker there. Everything else I thought was really funny. The girl from Andrea from The Walking Dead was in it. She did good. And one of my biggest problems actually in the movie is it felt like it was really repeating the first movie. It's kind of like 22 Jump Street deal, where it's kind of repeating the story from the first one. It was on a road trip to go do something. I don't spoil that. Well, I did spoil the kidney, but there's something else to it. And there's people planning something, and it's just kind of like the first one. So honestly, the first one, in my opinion, I forgot to say this, but the first one is way better. It is way better. But this one is a good sequel. They did not ruin the franchise. They didn't make the franchise better. It was just a good sequel, and I said it's a good movie. There's some funny moments throughout. The jokes sometimes feel forced, and sometimes they don't really feel great because they either see in the trailer or people just didn't laugh. Overall, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels stole the show. They made me laugh throughout the entire movie, and they added a lot of sexual jokes too, which was actually kind of funny. I'm going to give this movie a really good grade of a 4 out of a 5. It is a good movie to go see. You can't wait till DVD, but it's a Dumb and Dumber movie, and it's a stupid comedy, and I enjoyed it a lot. And guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review. See you guys next time.